am really glad my son's not here right now, though, because nobody parties harder than a mom without her kids. Yes, right? We got some moms out tonight. I know. I told my husband I was coming here tonight, and he was like, "Are you going to have a drink?" I was like, "I'm going to smoke meth." I have noticed there are a lot of double standards, though, now that I'm a mom. You know, like, we are all so societally accepting of wine moms, but not so much of weed moms. Yeah, and I'm like, why is that? You know, I think it's just because the wine moms, they have good marketing, right? They have all those fun sayings. They're all like, "Oh, rosé all day." But it's like, weed moms have fun sayings too. Like, "What? No, I'm not high." Are you gonna finish that string cheese, Mason? I do feel like it's not that different, you know? It's like wine moms will send their kids to school with lunches full of olives and charcuterie. And weed moms are just like, "I hope I packed the right gummies." I do get a little nervous, so I'm like, ooh, it's a hard habit to hide, you know? Like, I'm afraid one day my son's gonna be old enough, he's gonna go to high school, he's gonna like smell pot for the first time. I'm afraid it's gonna be like one of those scenes in a detective movie where all the pieces come together at once, you know? He's just gonna be like, "Wait, are you cool as shit?" So yeah, I do, I identify as a weed mom. Thank you. Yeah, thanks. My pronouns are she, hi. I know it's like not kosher to say this, okay? But I do feel like when I got a little buzz going, I'm a better parent. I said it, okay? Because when I'm sober, I'm uptight. But when like I'm a little bit out there, I am on his level. Like all of a sudden, I'm just like, yeah. Let's see if you can fit through the cat door. Fun mommy's home. I'm really not like ashamed of being a weed mom, but I also don't want anyone to ever like look at my kid and know he is a weed mom. You know, like I don't want anyone to ever look at him and just be like, "Oh, your name's Bodie, you're wearing a fish t-shirt and someone was supposed to pick you up 4 hours ago." It's really hard to keep it sexy after you have a baby. You know, I'll be honest, like I'm not always in the mood. But I do still like being married. I do like waking up next to a man. I like waking up next to a man with morning wood. I do. It kind of feels like having a gun in the house. You know, like it makes you feel safe, but you don't want to have to use it. One thing that has been really good for our relationship is when I'm not there. Like when I travel for stand-up, I was doing some shows in Las Vegas recently, and all of a sudden my husband was like watching my Instagram story again. I was like, "Oh my God, what?" He saw that I went to see Magic Mike. If you don't know what Magic Mike is, it's the show where like naked men get up and grind on you. Highly recommend. But my husband saw I was there, and he slid into my DMs. Yeah. And he was like, "Don't suck any dick." Isn't that so romantic? I was like, he still cares. I wrote him back. I was like, "LOL, babe, you know I don't do that anymore." Okay, the married people are out tonight. Yes, we are. No, I do, I make fun of my husband a lot on stage, but I will also say, like, if I'm being honest, I have had the best sex of my life with my husband. Yeah. I have also had the worst sex of my life with my husband. I don't think enough people talk about this, okay? First of all, it's really just a numbers game, right? You can't win there. And then it's like you have a kid, sometimes you're tired. Like one time my husband was going down on me, and even he was like, "I need to start over." He did need to start over. It's just funny, you know, because like when you're young, you think love is like, who can make me come just by looking at me? And then you get older and you realize that's not love. Love is like, who can I have bad sex with and just be like, want to order Thai food and try again tomorrow? My husband has also been on and off antidepressants, not my fault. And as a result, sometimes when we're fooling around, he doesn't always finish. And it's like kind of confusing as a woman because we're conditioned by society to think like sex isn't over until a man comes. Like honestly, sometimes we're fooling around and it kind of feels like the Cold War. Like nobody's firing their missiles. I'm just like, is this still going on? Like, genuine question, if I go home and have sex with my husband, are we having new sex or are we just picking up where we left off? You know, like, I don't want to brag, but sometimes my husband lasts 2 weeks. I asked him recently, I was like, would you ever want to have a threesome? Yeah. I did that because I like to do this cute thing where I like pretend I'm a cool wife and then I trap him in a fight. You know? So I asked him, I was like, would you ever want to have a threesome? This is what he said. He was like, my fantasy is not to have 2 women go down on me. It's for me to go down on 2 women. Yeah, he said that. Like he was some kind of fucking feminist. My favorite thing about this is to just try to imagine like how I would even talk another woman into doing this. Like I feel like the only way it would happen would be if I was like already going down on a woman, I would just have to stop and I'd be like, hey, what if I told you this could be half as good and take twice as long? I do also love thinking about the fact that my husband's literal fantasy is just being like, I need to start over. You know what? If I'm being honest, I can't blame him, okay? The man appreciates vaginas, right? And they're all magical, they're all beautiful, and they're all going extinct. And for just $1 a day. No. But I do think it's like, it's a coming of age moment for every woman when you like learn to love your own special magical vagina. You know, like I'm pretty sure every woman had that moment where you're like 12 or whatever, you're like finally old enough to take a hand mirror down there for the first time and you're just like, this can't be right. What even is that? It's literally different every time I look at it. My husband heard me say that, and he was like, that's not true. And I was like, yes, it is. I don't even think you could pick my vagina out of a lineup. He was like, I could, and I'll prove it. Take a picture, get all your friends to take pictures. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of the show.